so you played at the locals at Appels Gent today.
Yes, I did.
Which deck did you play?
I played the Numeron Generator. It's something new I wanted to try because Eldritch is really expensive. I want to play Eldritch, but still, it's a lot of money. And I wanted to try this out, especially because of the destruction you can do with Generation and the effect negation, and also to save my Zexal, of course.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go further in it.
Okay.
Go on the deck profile.
Yep. Are there any shoutouts before we start?
Yes, we have shoutouts to the team, of course, especially the team captain, Christian Del Forge, for always backing me up, putting me straight, trying to push me to my limits. Michael and Wim for always making sure I have all the cards I wanted, because I really do ask them on the last on the last draw.
Last minutes, yeah.
Last minute, always. I always change my mind too fast.
Anyone else?
Yeah, full team. Michael,
Okay.
Wim.
What was your most difficult matchup today?
Most difficult, I would say, was by accident somebody who played summon limit on time. Also negated all my spells, so I was a little bit blocked of that. And the only thing I draw were hand traps.
Yeah. So and against which deck was it?
I think the guys played the Invoked Shuttle.
Okay.
So normally it's an easy matchup, but yeah, I didn't have any of the networks, didn't have any of all my monsters in hand. With level 9 monsters, I couldn't get them on the field, so...
Okay. Well, let's go straight to the deck profile then.
Okay. First time for all, I do have a Numeron Wall. It's a search card from the Numeron network. Of course, you play this 3 times because you need the network as fast as possible. So it's like 3 searches already for Numeron network. Also, if this card is in your hand when your opponents attack you directly, you can special summon it to the field and end the battle phase.
Okay.
The follow-up is Planet Pathfinder. Same thing. I can search Numeron network, but I can also find a field spell for generators.
Yeah.
So optional, what I have in hand, I can choose what I want to add to the hands. Next, I have Utgarda 3 times, because it's better if you have Zexal on the field and you do negate the all monster and effects. You can still activate this one. It just destroys. It doesn't negate and destroy, so can you always use it. What I mean is, like, if we use the dark one, he always negates and then destroys. So if the opponent is not able to activate effects, it's stupid to do it like this.
Okay.
So, 2 times this one. Then we have this the small one. We played also 2 times. Just when it's necessary, we can still special it and search for what we actually want on the field. Also during the opponent's turn. 2 times Ghost Ogre.
Of course.
Very effective against Eldritch for the moment.
And in case if you would have a mirror match.
Yeah, of course.
That was it for the monsters?
That was it for the monsters.
Okay, so
next up, our favorite. We have Numeron Network.
Yeah, of course. The starter of the whole thing.
Yeah, of course. I do play Numeron Calling 3 times. I'm still deciding if I would skip one. But sometimes very useful if I can have both in hand. Activate this one first. If they negate it, you can still activate the effect of Numeron Network itself. So I'm checking for it. We will see. Then a somewhat older card. Most of the people forget about this.
Memories of Hope.
Yeah, every XYZ monster you have on the field, you can draw 1 card. So of course, with Numeron Network,
but it needs to be a number of XYZ monsters with different names. Okay.
Of course, and so you have Numeron Network on the field. You summon the 4 numbers, so 4 different cards. You can add 4 cards to the hand.
Whoa, that's like a +4.
Yeah, of course. So it's never useless. Next up, I have a Generator Boss Quest. If I do have the monsters in hand, level 9s, like I said, I'm stuck. Reveal 1, add 2 different type of cards to the hand, spell or trap from generators, field card, and I do have one other who activates the field card immediately. So that's for them. Of course, 3 times the Generator field spell. I think everybody knows by now what it does.
Explain shortly.
Okay, so when an opponent draws, immediately on the draw phase, I can activate the effect. Special summon 1 Generator monster from deck to the field.
Yeah.
So when this is activated and it's successful, I can summon as many tokens, if I can, to the main monster zones.
Yeah.
Also, what I want to explain with this card is that when Zexal is on the field, it's better to use this card. Then we add one of these big guys to the field. Automatically we get all tokens. And then we have a negate. So we can use Zexal's effect without being scared to have a negated.
Yeah, like Gamma.
Like Gamma, of course.
Okay.
So that's for this one. 3 times called by the grave. Very useful against everything these days. Ghost Ogre, Ash.
2 commons and 1 ultra.
Yeah, I do have them all ultra, but I don't know why I don't check my rarity checks. Hatred needs. I would rather like to play Lightning Storm. I don't have it yet. Would be nice to play Lightning Storm instead of this one. Also because I want to clear my field so I can activate Numeron Network. So there are no face-up cards on the field. All sets, spells and traps go back to the hand. It's not destroyed, so some cards cannot activate on this lovely card.
Like Unchained Traps.
Of course. My previous deck. Terraforming.
Of
No
course.
explanation. Super Poly. Upstart Goblin. And that's it for the spells.
Okay.
And then we have for traps, we don't have much traps for the moment. 2 times Solemn Judgment.
Okay.
And for the generators, we have the boss fight. This card, when it's activated, automatically I can activate 1 generated field spell from the deck, put it on the field, and the opponent draws 1 card.
Which instantly triggers the effect of the field spell.
Like it is.
Okay. No, the extra deck.
That was it for the main deck. Extra deck. All the number cards. We have number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4.
Yeah. So 2 of each.
2 of each. I think for the moment this is consistent enough. You don't want to have it too much because you want to have different outs in the game.
Yeah.
So 4 is more than 2 times 4 is more than enough. If you can, it's better to actually if you say 1 turn I'm gonna take 3. Like let's say you have the start turn, you take 3, you make Zexal. It's better to leave this one behind because we can later on summon it for this one.
Yeah.
This one banishes all the cards on the field and can do burn damage if Numeron Network is still on the field.
Okay.
Then of course Zexal.
Of course.
Also sometimes it happens that people can stop this and they go to let it burn up so it doesn't have any attachments anymore. Most of the time I put it to defense. But it happened one time, I didn't get rid of it off the field. So now I added this card.
A gravity controller.
So I can link it away and it still has a useful effect. So that's for this two. Very good against Shadow.
Of course.
Today,
4000 beat stick.
every time I get it on the field, they want to try to kill me. And of course, when Numeron Network, I have 3 targets immediately. So I don't have to do much. Get this on the field, only XYZ monsters can kill it, so that's it. Super Poly targets. Everybody knows about the Dark, so that's nothing special. But this one can also be used against Eldritch Numeron. So it's an Eldritch monster and also Zexal, both light, different type. So they can be super polyed into this one.
Okay.
I do start to hate Eldritch or I'm gonna play Eldritch, I don't know yet. And then I just have this one, but I don't know
Boss of Eternity.
if I'm gonna use it, don't use it. For now I didn't ever use it. I think I played in total of 10 games.
Okay.
So I don't think I'm gonna use this one.
Okay. And then the Scitec.
For Scitec, I do have
3
copies of Silent Hobby.
Of course.
Just
For in time.
when you go in time, it's better to have it by the hand. It's really underrated, this card. It does win a lot of games. 2 times Dimension Shifter.
Yeah.
So everything gets banished. I don't actually care if my cards get banished. I don't recycle much from the graveyard, so it's a better one to use. And it really stops plays. 1 extra Ghost Ogre. You never know when you need it. 3 times Cosmic Cyclone.
Okay.
Cosmic Cyclone. An extra Hate Grenade. If we do have like a Chain Burn deck or a lot of back row. A Royal Decree. Fairy Wind.
Okay.
And then one of the lovely ones, Infinite Impermanence.
Impermanence.
And then I have 1 Anti-Spell Fragrance.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So that was it for the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe.